faced with a skill shortage, whether it be white collar or blue collar, you're looking for solutions, you're looking for new approaches, new ways to bring in talent. So if you go back historically, one of the ways that we brought people in was apprenticeship programs. And I know Cisco had one in the late 90s that was very effective in taking people with a variety of backgrounds and turning them into software programmers. So the question is, are they appropriate now, and in what areas should they be? The first point I would bring up is the world's changing pretty rapidly. Most apprenticeship programs are by definition hands-on. They usually take months, so they're kind of slow and they're kind of expensive. So you have to be careful. It's like, well, when do you need the talent? If you need the talent tomorrow, Santa Claus needs to be here next week. Apprenticeship programs are not really a good solution unless you plan ahead. So when do you need them? Are you willing to train from scratch? Well, that just takes longer and costs more. The alternative is to have a great employer brand. If you have a great brand, people everywhere around the world talk about you, like an Apple or a Google, you're going to find people going to beat a path to your door. Even if you're at a company like Zappos, which is an online shoe company, if you have a great reputation, everyone in the online business or shoe business will want to work with you. So I recommend, before you do an apprentice program, that you build your brand, have the strongest brand in the industry. You'll find that will overcome most skill problems. Other companies will have a shortage, but you won't. If you do build one, it has to be appropriate for the labor market. So there's some areas where there are not a lot of untrained people that are willing to go into profession. Not all young people are willing to go through an apprenticeship program. So make sure it fits your labor market. If you have a market where literally in the geographic area no one is trained, then even if you have a great brand, you're going to get the best of the zero group. So look at the labor market. Apprenticeship programs are really effective if they're a large group of people willing to learn and there's no one who already has the skills. Be careful of retention. So a lot of apprenticeship programs, the people get trained, and the minute they get trained, they work for a month or two and they're gone. So there are ways to, depending on where you live, to guarantee the retention. First of all, positive. You can say, if you stay here for a year, you'll get this bonus. If you're still here 2 years, you get this bonus. Or you can treat their training as a loan and saying, as long as you work for us, the loan will be reduced, but the cost of the training will essentially be over your head if you quit. So you want to make sure that you do something to realize that a lot of people that go through apprentices, especially in a tight labor market, will leave because they get paid more. And if this is India or China, they might literally leave even before they finish the program. So retention has to be a huge aspect. You probably want to provide them with a mentor. Even though they've learned the technical skills, understanding the organization, especially if they haven't worked in an organization or haven't had a blue or white collar job in the past, they're going to need some help in acclimating, so a mentor or a peer mentor is probably a good idea. So apprenticeship programs, if there's no one trained in this area, they're great. They're a little slow, they're a little expensive, they have a major retention issue, but they're a good way. If no one has the skills and you're good at developing skills, then it's a good approach.